My 21F boyfriend, 24M, has been throwing away the lunches I cooked for him for 1.5 years. I feel humiliated, embarrassed, and slightly upset. What do about that? I am not the OOP. OOP is you, throw away, cook. My 21F boyfriend, 24M, has been throwing away the lunches I cooked for him for 1.5 years. I feel humiliated, embarrassed, and slightly upset. What do about that? Originally posted to our Relationship Act Advice Original Post Deck 26/2021. Pre-COVID, my boyfriend worked about an hour away from home. I always woke up at 5:30 a.m. so I could pack him fresh lunch before he left at 6:10 a.m. I packed for him because he was having some rough time at work, and I knew he didn't get along with a lot of the people there. I did this 6 times a week for a year and a half. Now, near COVID, he got promoted, and a month-ish after that, work went online, so I didn't have to pack for him. Recently, I've become friends with one of the gals at the office, and we call each other now and then. During our conversation, Christmas call, yesterday, I found out something shocking. My boyfriend had been eating work lunch the job provides, instead of my lunches. I asked her how long he had been eating in the job cafeteria, and she told me from his card logs he's been eating there every day for a year and a half. She said that the card provided lunch, and when he got lunch, it would notify her machine, and there has been notifications every day for the entire time I've packed for him. Edit FYI, I didn't ask for her to snoop on the logs. I didn't even know she had the logs. It was just a natural flow in the conversation to ask, how long was he doing that? After she told me he's been doing it for a while. When I said for me, I meant she did it because she was invested in the sit-you, and she said, I looked it up so you can know, but not because I told her to. I got off the call fuming. I cooked at 5:30 a.m. 6 days a week for him, and he threw it away. Then my rage turned to humiliation. IDK. I felt so embarrassed that he hated my food so much that he would eat work lunch instead. Now I feel betrayed because he could have been honest, but he wasn't. He would always bring his empty lunch bag home and tell me XYZ was pretty good and stuff like that, but I know he has never eaten my food before. My friend said there was no area to eat aside the cafeteria and that he never brought food there. I feel like shit. I prided myself in being a good girlfriend and cooking for him, but now I know that meant nothing. What do I do? Relevant comments, Nwaba, 47WTF, so he couldn't tell you he doesn't want your lunch? Da fuck is wrong with him. Absolutely right to be angry. Oh, I know. My anger isn't from not liking my lunches, which, he can totally just tell me, but from not telling me anything. I'm wondering if there's something wrong with me which made him not want to tell me. We ache from his card logs. So you got her to go look up this info during your Christmas call? Or she just already knew that info, which seems weird for a human to just know? Just wondering how this came to be. I would ask him whether he really has been eating them. Maybe there are factors you don't know about. Or yes, maybe he was afraid to tell you. That sucks, especially with all of the work you did. Sometimes people think the stupid things matter and ignore the important parts, thinking they are doing a nice thing. I think talking to him about it before getting wrapped up in hypotheticals is best course here. Oop. She's the secretary, office manager, and she makes sure no one uses the cards for something they're not supposed to. I think she kept her work phone with had a record of everything, and she kind of snooped in it for me. Yep, I'm going to wait till he's not busy and confront him about it. Till then, I'm just going to be slightly paranoid. I'll update his response commenter. She could be fired for that. Also, did he ever ask you to make his lunch for him every day, or did you just do it? It seems like he was afraid to tell you the truth about a fairly simple thing, and based on your reaction, I'm understanding that a bit. Even though he is 3 years older than you and should have been mature about confronting you, if he never even asked you to do it to begin with, I could see what that's a little awkward. Also that you're so close to his colleagues that your video chatting is a bit more than I'd be comfortable with, but that's just me. OP. He complained a lot about having to eat with people he hated, so I just started making food for him. But I chose to make food for him. Also, I didn't ask for her to snoop on his logs. I asked her since she seemed like she knew, and she chose to tell me the logs on her work phone. I didn't ask her to check up on anything, but she told me. I don't think he's too uncomfortable about me knowing his work friend, because he would sometimes pitch in out conversation or bring down some gifts they would give me. But who knows? Maybe he's eating 2 lunches. Not really a big guy, but he's not skinny. He has a healthy appetite, but I think it's humanly impossible to eat the whole ass lunch, which is pretty filling, right after breakfast. And me too. I'm bamboozled, mad boozled. And this comment containing what OOP makes. He rides the subway and it's prohibited from eating on the subway. Also, I have a hard time imagining him eating on the commute, my soups and pastas, and eating so much right after breakfast, which I make sure is filling. Update. He did throw away his lunch, yes, the entire time. He did it because he had to fit in, and he ate with the other workers, who ate the cafeteria food, and that's why he got to smooch his way to a promotion. He said that the office environment was pretty cliquey, and he didn't want to ostracize himself by eating special lunches. He didn't tell me because he thought at first it would be a short-term thing. Then he said he didn't want to put me down and sound ungrateful, so he just kept pushing it back until I found out. He said he would have told me sooner or later, but I'm pissed. He did sometimes eat my lunch coming back from work, but oftentimes he would throw it away or give it to the stray animals near the park outside our home. But I feel like he's just saying that to make the situation sound better, because he said it after he told me he never ate my lunches. Final update deck 27, 2021. Y'all, I was ready to make my decision, and I told him to tell me anything. He was not telling me beforehand, and he told me something pretty deal-breaking. I mean, this is a man who couldn't tell me he didn't like my food, so a huge debt was too big to talk about, lol. I mean, we weren't in the best situ, but yeah, he had some other issues, and I'm not dealing with that. He can go to a therapist to sort out whatever issues he has if he wants to. It's better for him anyway. It's a win-win to everyone in the comments. People who told me he was a no-no, win, breakup. People who told me I was a cray-cray, win, breakup. Also made this lil collage, lol. https://imgur.com, a tawi h7snwm. The collage is made up of horrible comments being OP's fault, bad cook, or a bad GF. This is a repost sub. I am not the oop. Do not contact the oops or comment on linked posts. Remember Rule 7.